Sweet. All right, guys, thanks for coming on time and early to those of you that did. Today's webinar is going to be about cold emailing, of course. If you're here for something else, then you're probably in the wrong place. But let's just get straight into it. A lot of people know me here already, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about myself, but we're going to go into a lot of live stuff as well. All right, so this training is for you if you've tried getting clients, but you hate cold calling, hard selling, and meeting prospects in person. Or if you've already landed a couple of consulting clients, but you're struggling to get consistent, predictable sales. I know that a lot of you are in this position. Or maybe you have experience with sales, but would like to add another stream of leads, such as cold emails. Or maybe you want a step-by-step action plan to get endless leads that need SEO or digital marketing services. Okay, if you fit into any of those groups, then this is going to be a really good fit. All right, so do me a favor, guys, before we start, forget what you know about cold emails. A lot of people here have a misconception that cold emailing is very similar to cold calling. It makes you really nervous just thinking about it. But I can guarantee you no one is doing this stuff and no one is teaching this stuff. We're not going to get you spammed. Everything we do here is going to sound somewhat unique to you, and I hope you walk away learning a lot. So just a quick who am I? So my name is Lior. If you don't know that, you came from an ad or something like that, social media, some people came from Instagram. Basically, I had a bit of a rough start with SEO like many people. The way I started was with ranking Amazon books. So I would write ebooks that were profitable in the Amazon sort of platform. I would rank them and I would sell them. And that naturally led me to SEO. And I thought to myself, if I'm picking up these ranking skills, why not offer it to people that already have businesses? And so I sort of stumbled into client SEO that way. And now, of course, ScopeRush was born, and there's a whole bunch of software that we're making and courses and stuff like that. But it stems from all of these quote unquote gurus recognizing these tactics that I put into place and test. So the first one you guys remember from last year was like freelance websites. This one is going to be all about cold emailing. All right. So if you have any questions, you can certainly ask them. I probably won't see them until the end, but just stick tight because it's going to be a lot of good stuff. All right, so in this webinar, I'm going to show you exactly how to cold email and land 4-figure clients with only a couple emails sent per day. And no, I'm not going to sell you some $7,000 course on how to do this. You're going to get everything. You'll be able to walk away and do this right after the webinar. So after watching this webinar, you're going to be able to get in front of prospects that desperately need your services but don't know how to find you. You'll also have profitable leads sitting in your inbox that respond to your outreach. And you're going to be able to add $20,000 in yearly income from each new client. Remember when I said 4-figure clients? That means people that are paying you $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, or even higher per month just to do their marketing. So one client that's paying you $2,000 a month, over 12 months, it's much more than $20,000 a year in income just from adding that one guy. And you're going to know exactly what you need to go out and do to accomplish this every single day. And I wrote singly, not sure why. So guys, that's really important because a lot of people run into this issue where they have a couple clients and they don't know where to go, what's predictable, how to continue to get these clients predictably. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do with cold email. Here's a couple screenshots. I'm not going to get too much into showing off, but this is an example of client paying over $2,000 per month for their SEO. And of course, you got the PayPal fees there. Here's another one, $3,150 recurring. And guys, do I have to keep showing you these, or you get the point? Let's just move on. All right, so why take on clients? A lot of people here are doing affiliate SEO or aren't totally convinced that clients is the way to go. Maybe they're nervous or something like that to speak to people. But here's my take on clients. With clients, you get paid every month recurring. If you add another client, you make even more, right? I went over that example, $2,000, you just add another 20,000. You also get paid upfront before even starting the work, right? So if I land a client right now, they're paying me upfront before the 30 days. So that's $2,000 in the bank. And if I have to spend, let's say, $500 to get them ranked for SEO, or maybe I have to spend money on an outsourcer, I have that cash sitting there, so all my expenses are paid up front. The third reason is that your income doesn't disappear in one shot like affiliate SEO does. Right? If your rankings go down, you lose pretty much your whole business overnight. And there's an extremely low acquisition cost. So some of the methods I've shown in the past were absolutely free or next to nothing. With cold emails, it's pretty much free. And all this can be replicated without cold calling or hard selling or having to spend a ton of money or time finding these leads and prospects, where you don't even have to meet anyone in person ever. I've probably met maybe 2 of my clients for the past 3 years. So it's not because I'm a genius that I figured this out. All I did is I asked myself 2 questions. How can I find or build a list of emails of people that actually need my marketing help? And what can I do or say to those people on that list that will make them respond and eventually pay for my services? So how do we find them and what do we say to them? So before we get into that, just a quick question. Is this you? So you've spent a ton of time or money trying a prospecting method that doesn't work. Or you would definitely take on recurring income clients if they showed interest, but you don't think you can land big ones. Or you're nervous to speak to a random stranger and tell them about their problems with their marketing. Or you understand it takes patience to sell clients, but you don't want to waste time without a clear step-by-step process. Give me a 1 if that sounds like you. Okay, of course, you're getting tons of 1s. Right, and if you answered yes or you gave me a 1 to any of those, then I'm sorry to say, but you're still in trouble. Because if you sift all day through business directories trying to find prospects, how much time are you going to waste? If you don't know how to find their email addresses or what to say, how can you sell them your solution? And even if you have that, how do you ensure that you're not marked as spam and you ruin your email reputation forever so you can't even do cold emailing anymore? I was in trouble too, but I kept testing and I found a solution. So follow along closely because I'm going to start telling you exactly how I do this. So why cold email works. Guys, I want to go over the math now of clients and how this whole cold email thing works so you can see the potential before just jumping into it. All right, so you can see my Excel spreadsheet here in Google Sheets. And what we're looking at is a simple calculation of math. Okay, so let me try to zoom in here. All right, here we go. So month 1, let's say right now I'm making $5,000 per month. And I want to get another $5,000 per month in new clients so that at the end of the month, I'm sitting at a nice $10,000 per month. How many clients do I need if I'm only charging $1,500 per month? I'll need around 3.3. So around 3 clients, that's going to bring me to this 5,000 in new income that I want, and then I'll end up getting 10,000 per month. Now, if I speak to 4 people, I can turn one of them into a paying client of $1,500 per month. So that means I need to speak to 13 people in order to land those 3 clients. The truth is my conversions are a bit better than 1 to 4, but let's just play fair. So I need to speak to 13 people the whole month in order to land just 3 clients and then to bring my revenue up by another $5,000. So per day, how many consultations do I need per day if I'm doing 13 over the whole month? All I need is 0.4, so half of a consultation. So that means every other day, I just need to speak to 1 person. Guys, do you think that you can speak to 1 person every other day? Exactly, it's not that hard. I'm getting a ton of people saying, they can do it. And If that's true, then how many emails do I need to send? Okay, so how do I calculate this? Basically, it's based on experience. So out of every 50 emails that I send, I'll be able to get one person to agree to speak to me. So that means over the whole month, I need to send 666 emails. It sounds like a lot, but if you break it down per day, that's only 22.2 emails. So every day you wake up, you take some time, you send 22 cold emails, and your annual revenue will be $120,000. And this is not like something I made up. This is pure math that you can see here. Now the next month I'm sitting at 10,000 per month. If I want to get another 5,000 new clients to get to 15, I need to do the exact same thing. And if I wanted to just keep going, just drag this, and you can see how it grows month over month just by sending the same 22 emails. Okay, so that's the gist of the math. Does that make sense, guys? 22 emails, that's very conservative. That's only if you close 1 in 4 people. That's only if you're charging $1,500. That's only if you're doing one consult every other day. Okay, great. So let's keep going. So there's 3 sources of cold email leads. How can we find enough people to send 22 emails a day? So we can either do a purchase list. So I'll go out and buy a list from someone. I can manually build the list, or we can have it completely automated. So let's just break down each one so you understand better what I'm talking about. So the first source is purchase lists. So the pros of purchase lists is that everything is there for you, no work required. You just buy it, it's all done. Another pro is that it's already niched down. So if you're only buying a list for lawyers in New York, you're only going to get emails that are lawyers in New York. It's also good because you can sometimes get custom with other variables. Like you can get only lawyers in New York that are making $200,000 or more per year. Okay, so that's why purchase lists are good. Now, why are they bad? So they can get really pricey. You know, I've seen lists upwards of $800 just for like a couple hundred emails. You can also get many invalid emails, like really old ones or ones that just don't work anymore. Much more is likely to be sent to spam because these people haven't really opted into that list, and it's rare that they'll just respond to your email like that. And often you just end up getting the list, but you don't get the ability to blast. So for example, like where do I get these lists? So if I'm using Info USA, which is a second option, they don't give you the actual list. You can only like blast from their interface. You don't know what the stats are. You don't know what the open rates are. It doesn't give you much. If you want, you can call and ask them to see an actual CSV, and then they can sort of sell it to you on the side. A simple Google search for niche plus buy emails. So if I just search like plumbers plus buy emails, you'll get a whole bunch of brokers that are already scraped, already found these emails, and they will sell them to you. So once you have that list, how do you send emails to them? So if you're not a developer, it's going to be really hard to use these developer tools available for sending email blasts. You have your autoresponder like MailChimp or Aweber. You could upload it to there. I really don't recommend that because you have to double opt in some of those emails. So they're all going to get an email saying, hey, do you want to receive marketing messages from Lior? And then everyone's just going to put it to spam. So you can't just add someone to your autoresponder. You could go through the list one by one, but for a list of 1,000 people, it's going to take you quite a while. So the best use for this is if you're going to blast to Info USA or something like that, what you can do is you can do like an A/B split test. So send half the list a certain subject line, send another half another subject line, see what you can sample for high open rates, and then work from there with buying more lists. You can also try filling up webinar. So you can try to push all of them into webinar. They might be more likely to join than to buy your offer straight up. You can upload them to Facebook and use as a custom audience and start advertising to them whatever your funnel is. So that's it for purchase lists. Overall, I don't recommend this source as I didn't have the best luck with it and it got way too expensive before I was able to have a lot of success with it. So source 2 is manually built. So the pros of this is that it's the most accurate data possible. You're just absolutely doing everything yourself and you can just make sure it's completely accurate. You could find the owner's email this way instead of just anyone's email. You can find the owner's name too if you look hard enough. And you can ensure that they actually need marketing help because you're manually checking. The cons of it is that it takes a lot of time to find the emails and the names, a lot of time. You can hire a virtual assistant to do it, but it could be pricey. And sometimes they're not just good with the lingo to find it. You can't do a blast with this method, right? It's more of a one-on-one, one-by-one email. And when you do that, it takes a lot of effort to make it personal with one-by-one emails. And I'll show you examples in a moment. So where do we find these leads if we're going to manually build our list? So first, you need a source of websites. Depends on what you're selling. Right? If you're selling SEO, you can go to the page 2 of Google. If you're selling AdWords, you can just go to Google and click on some ads and see what's wrong there. If you're selling websites, you can try to find companies that don't have websites or that their websites aren't mobile responsive. You can use Yelp or Yellow Pages. Those are all really good places that with just a couple of keywords, you'll find a whole list of businesses and phone numbers and everything like that you can start stalking. Okay, and the best use for manually built email lists is that you're ensuring that they actually need help with their marketing, and then you can add them to a prospecting list. So don't just add them to a list just because they're on the page 2 of Google. Look through, see if they need help, see what the problems are with their AdWords, and then add them to the list. I personally like to focus on SEO and AdWords mistakes, so I'll go through their whole page, I'll see what's wrong, and I'll show you how I do that live in a moment. And then you want to find the owner's first name and email, and then you can send a personalized email with a video audit of their mistakes. So how do you create a prospecting list and find the owner's name/email? So let's do one live. I'm going to go through the list and start to find them. All right, so let's go back to our sheet. And here you can see I have this massive list here of prospects that I've done and that I found. So what I'm doing is I'm finding the company name, of course, and I'm just trying to organize everything so that when it's time to start emailing or sending even physical mail, I have this ready to go. The most important for me is obviously their company, their website, any notes that I need. So like, was it a problem with their AdWords or their SEO? I'll put in the keyword that I looked for so I can tell them, hey, I searched for this keyword and this is the problem I had. And then it starts to get into like some CRM stuff. So did I make the video for them? Did I upload it to Wistia or YouTube? Yes. Did I find the prospect's name? Yes. Did I make the landing page? Yes. Did I test it? Am I going to send a cold email or a lump email? Did I send it? Did I integrate it into our CRM? Did I find their physical mailing address? Did I find their phone number? Okay, so it seems like a lot of work, but you'll see how we do this. Let's just do one live. Guys, I'm getting a lot of questions. Definitely get to them in a moment. All right, so let's do one live, shall we? So I obviously am going for like roofing here and plumbers and things like that. So I have a tab open with Roofing Toronto. That's where I live. And you can see right away we have 4 ad spots. So what I like to do is open these in new tabs. And right away what I'm looking for is just to see if they're going to a landing page or if they're going to a home page. So this is just going to their .net, right? That means that they're not like, what I clicked on was Toronto Roofing Company, but I'm just landing on a page that says, industrial, residential. It's too general. And this other guy here also going to, this is a bit better. but there's too many links so I can get lost. This third guy looks like he built a landing page, so I'll take him out. This guy just goes straight to the home page. All it says is reliable services. Pretty lame. So right away, like I have 3 leads that I can add to this list. This one's pretty good, I'll take it out. So I have 2 leads within a matter of seconds that just seriously have issues because they're not sending their clicks to a landing page. Like for example, if I did roofing repair Toronto, and I clicked on a couple of these. This is more specific because now I'm looking for repair specifically. So this one's not bad. This guy just goes straight to the home page and is talking about, look how much stuff I can click on. Company, commercial, residential. For AdWords, this is just really bad because there's so much place I can get lost. Like I get to the bottom of the page, it doesn't say, there's a whole bunch of white space. It doesn't say call us now, it doesn't try to capture my email. This guy doesn't have any text at the top. It's just a picture of a house, picture of a roof. Really lame. It's just going to the home page. He's wasting money. People are landing on this page and they're leaving. So right away, I take this URL and I go back to the list. And I'll add it here. Get the company name, Nailed It Roofing. And then it'll be Google Ads, no landing page. It was roofing repair Toronto. And then as I go through this, I'm going to start to find more and more about the person. Like their phone number shouldn't be hard to find. It should be on the contact page. And right away, I get the project manager. His name's Damien. Boom, that's the best. If you can't find it, there's a lot of stuff you can do. You can go to whois.com or just who.is, and you'll be able to look up the domain name's owner, and you'll find their phone number. What was it? Nailed Roofing. Doesn't often work for Canadian sites. And you can grab pretty much any of those and it'll give you their information here, when it was registered, usually the person's first name and last name. You can go to bbb.com, you can go to manta.com, you can go to a whole bunch of places to find their first name. And once you do, you'll add it here and then you're ready to go. Phone number, first name, pretty much have everything to go. You have the email address, which is the most important thing we need. And let's try to find it. Is it on the contact page? Beautiful. So his email is info@nailedItroofing.ca. Guys, please don't email this company. Everyone's going to email him with like an audit. It's going to be so confused. And the phone number to follow up if I need to. All right. So really, I did a whole bunch of those, but if I had a whole bunch of tabs open, I can pretty much build a good list of 22 emails within less than an hour. Okay, so let's get back to the presentation. So now that we have the list built, let's discuss what to send them in the email. So there's 4 types of cold emails. There's the audit, where you can send them a real audit or a video audit. There's a fake audit. There's the boss trick, which I'll go over. And then there's what I like to call the straight kill. So going straight for the sale. Now let's break them down one by one. Type 1 is the audit. So what I do is I recommend a custom screen recording video. You're walking them through their marketing mistakes. Just like I showed you, he doesn't have a landing page. His clicks are going here. They're wasting money on the clicks because it says roofing repairs, but his ad only says roofing. All of those things I would go through. The same thing with SEO, the same thing with social media. And then what I'll do is I'll edit it into a video template of myself making the offer. And then you can paste the video once it's uploaded into a landing page template. And then you can do the follow-up email, get the consult, and let's show you a quick example. So here I have a landing page that I made for this guy, Paul's Landscaping. So it was easy to find his first name. It's called Paul's Landscaping. Now all it says is, Paul, here are some mistakes that you're making online. And you can see right away, it's like a screen recording of me going through his site. And it's me talking, but you see how this is a template? Because what I did is I just keep reusing this video and I just take a nice screenshot of this, put it in the corner, and then it's all of a sudden custom. And then here's the actual walkthrough of me showing him the problems with his AdWords. And it ends off with the offer, telling them to go below and book a consultation, telling them to call me, and then here is my sort of scheduler where they can book a time with me to speak to me. All right, so that's the gist of it. You want to walk them through their marketing mistakes, whatever it is they're selling. If you're selling SEO, show them how you're searching for their keywords and they're not showing up until like page 4 or 5, right? And you can show them how all their competitors are just destroying them in that sense. So that's what I like to do for the audit. The fake audit is where you're simply implying that you made an audit for them, but that you need a response first. So if it's a responsive email, like it's not some random contact email that no one answers, and if the person is interested, then they're going to reply asking for you to send it over. And this proves that it's both responsive and the person is interested. So it allows you to do all of the work, all of the 22 emails without doing any of the work, without doing any real audit. All you're doing is implying that you made an audit and then waiting to hear the response before you send it over. Then you can actually go and do the audit. And this is great for prospects you don't think are worth the time or for doing a batch at once. So if I'm going through that prospecting list I just showed you that I built, if I see, yeah, this guy looks like he's just a one-man shop, he's not really making a lot of money, I don't think he can afford me, I'm not going to go do a whole audit for him. It takes like a good 10, 20 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show a screenshot of me doing the audit like this, send in an email and say, hey, I made an audit for you. If this is something you're interested in seeing, who's a good person to send it to? Or would you like to see it? And all I did here is I took a screenshot of his website and I put a play button on top of it. So it looks like there's a video and he looks like I actually made something. I'm showing him in the email that I have this video ready, but he just can't click it and I need to know. So it saves me a ton of time. And if he's interested, then I'll go and make it. Does that make sense? Give me one if that makes sense, guys, if you're getting value so far. Awesome. Okay, wow. Patrick says, I love the fake play button. Saves a lot of time. Yes, it does. Saves a lot of time. Okay. Sweet. All right, let's keep going then. So that's the fake audit. The third type is called the boss trick. The boss trick is a strategy that's good for larger companies that has more hierarchy or bureaucracy, as well as when you can't find the appropriate person to email. You don't know if you should speak to the marketing manager or the owner. You don't know what it is. So these people tend to be busier, but if their boss tells them to do something, then they must do it. So what you do is you send an email to the boss first, asking who the appropriate person is to speak to about marketing. Then the boss is going to forward your email to the proper person, or you can include the previous reply from the boss and send it to the proper person. That person can't ignore an email that has their boss telling you to speak to them. So this almost guarantees a consultation every time. Think about it. If you were the owner of a company and someone emailed you saying, hey, who do I speak to about sales? You're going to forward that email to the sales guy, right? Because you don't have time to deal with it because you're not a salesperson or whatever the question is. Or if it's support, you're just going to forward it to support. And then you go to the support and say, hey, your boss told me to talk to you. Or you go to the marketing manager and say, hey, your boss told me to talk to you about the critical mistakes with your marketing. And then because you're saying the boss told me to do that, it almost guarantees a response and they have to listen. So that's the boss trick. Be very careful with it, but yes, it's awesome. Getting some funny comments. All right. So the fourth type is called the straight kill. So going straight for the kill can be effective for foot in the door sales or low priced offers. So the idea is you're gaining commitment for a consultation or a sale right away for a small offer, like $20 and I'll make you a Facebook or a social media page. And then they're either interested or they're going to have more questions. And this can be combined with a fake straight kill. So check this out, guys. You're going to love this. I got this email in May, and I never even signed up for a trial. And look what this guy says from Adobe. He says, "Hi, Lear. Hope all is well with you. We've never met, but I'm writing because I noticed that you started a trial with us the other day. I thought it made sense to reach out to you directly since we work with a ton of other businesses in your area. If you're open to it, it would be great to learn more about what you're doing and how we might work together. Can you or someone on your team hop on a quick 15-minute call next week to explore?" Daniel. Now, I didn't even sign up for a trial. Maybe I did like a years ago, but he probably blasted this to everyone saying, "Hey, I noticed." So it's sort of like a fake straight kill. So he went straight for the kill asking me 15 minutes. He's probably going to sell me something. Okay. He's probably going to sell me an account at Adobe or whatever. And that's what he did. He probably blasted them. I actually ended up responding to him saying, "Hey man, where did you learn this script?" And we started speaking about cold emailing. So that's a good example you can use for a straight kill or a fake straight kill. Just a quick bonus for you guys. Like, here's some do's and don'ts of cold emailing. So you want to state why you are emailing right away. You notice how he said, we haven't met, but this and that. That's what he's doing. He's also giving me social proof. He said, he works with other people in the industry, so it's a good fit. Then you want to include a call to action. So if you remember, he said, "Do you have 15 minutes to chat?" He's trying to get a response. He's trying to get a meeting. And if you ask it in a question way, you'll get a response because people will tend to answer questions than just statements. And you can include your phone number. It's good in case they just want to jump the gun and call you instead. What you don't want to do, and this is the most important advice I can give you, don't include a link to your website. Notice how we do not include a link to Adobe anywhere. There's his phone number and there's his email. Because if he included a link to the product, what will happen is I might just end up clicking on the website, looking around, deciding it's not for me, it's too expensive, and then leaving. But if I don't include a link, I can only do one thing. That's, respond to him. All right, so that's the genius behind not including a link. You also don't want to use CC. So if you're going to do the boss trick, don't CC, just put them all in the thing. Don't use BCC or any of that stuff. Don't send attachments to cold people because it's going to go to spam and they're not going to want to open something like that. So if you're sending an audit, do it in a link. And don't do it in don't paste the whole hyperlink in there. Try to actually hyperlink it with anchor text. Don't give over too much information. So don't give a whole essay of why they should speak to you. If you build up curiosity, it's much better. And don't beg or be salesy, okay? You want to keep them curious. You want to keep them responding. And once they respond, you're in a bit of a flow. Here's another bonus. So highest converting subject lines. So the subject line is what determines if your email even gets opened or not. So just like I said before, you want to make it count by raising curiosity. So you can put the subject line like strange question or appropriate person for the boss trick, or have you seen this if you're sending an audit, or your website's broken question mark. Those four are the most powerful I've ever used. Strange question is my top one, and then your website's broken. People like freak out, like what's going on? Like if someone hears their website broke, they like rush to go and fix it, so they'll quickly open it. But you better make sure like something's broken on it or they'll be pissed off. Okay. Here's some tools, another bonus for you guys. So you have the subject lines, you have the do's and don'ts. Here's some tools for cold emailing. So if you're using Gmail, you're going to want to download some of these tools. So you have Yesware or Sidekick, and that's going to allow you to track email opens. You have to pay for them, but it's pretty cool. You can see who opened your email, when they opened it, what device they opened it on, and then you can just reply to them right away. If you buy Rebump, it's also paid. You would have to follow up. It allows you to follow up, so you can send one email. If the guy doesn't respond, it'll automatically send the next one, just so it saves you some time. Camtasia or ScreenFlow, whether you have a Mac or PC, it's going to allow you to record your screen and do those video audits for people. You can use Wistia for hosting marketing videos. It gives you some great stats. You can see when the people left the video, like where they're from, all that stuff. Really cool analytics. Unbounce is what I use for hosting the landing pages that I put the videos on. And I use Gmail to actually send the emails, and you can install like canned responses to save you time. It's quite a lot of tools, but if you pay for all of them, you can make this work. All right, so far we went over purchase lists, buying emails, manually building lists with scraping, and now for the third, automation. So what if there was a way to have something running that did every single step above auto-magically? Yes, that's a word. Well, I actually found one of these tools. Do you want to see it? Give me one if you want to see something that can completely automate everything we just spoke about. All right, my chat's exploding with ones. Okay, great. Okay, cool. So let's just show it to you. Guys, introducing ScopeLeads. Over the past year and a half, me and my team have been developing a piece of software that will do everything we just spoke about for you, and it's completely tested to work. So what is ScopeLeads? ScopeLeads first creates a list of businesses that are actively in need of your services. Then it finds all their information and of course their email address, and it builds it into a list. You can create a completely custom audit showing them the problems within the software. A personalized spam-free email is sent to the entire list with merge fields so that nothing is spam, and we check it for spam before sending out. The software will send conditional follow-up emails based on the recipient action. So if the recipient opened or clicked on a link, it'll send the next series of emails, so it follows up for you automatically. And everything is tracked in a neat CRM with beautiful reporting. So you can see if the person responded, you can track where they opened it, when they opened it, if they clicked on links in it, and all of that stuff. That's what ScopeLeads does. It automates your prospecting and your outreach for you. Did I mention that all of that is done in seconds just by clicking go? Imagine searching for your niche, going to sleep, and waking up to dozens of people that responded to you interested in your offer. ScopeLeads isn't available to the public for another month, but you'll get a chance to use it in just a moment. Like, chat's exploding right now, guys. You gotta be patient. But let me show it to you live in action so you can see how powerful it is. All right, guys, so this is ScopeLeads right here. You can see the beautiful dashboard we have that shows me the reporting of leads I got and people that I've emailed and how many people clicked and opened and all that stuff. Of course, it's mobile responsive, so you can use it on your phone too. So remember, what we had to do first was get the ScopeLeads to build the leads before it can send them all out. So that's done over at campaigns. So if I go to campaigns here, you'll see I have 3 campaigns for lawyers, dentists, plumbers, and we have different campaign types. So let's say I want to get more lawyer clients today. I'm going to do a new search for lawyers. And you can see we have 5 campaign types. We have people that are missing social media profiles. We have people that are just ranking really badly in SEO and they need help with their SEO. We have people that are completely lacking in AdWords. They're not bidding, they can use help with AdWords. We have a way of finding every website or every business in a city that's missing a website. And we have this amazing new feature called mobile lacking, which will show you with an iPhone view what the person's website looks like on mobile, and you can decide whether or not it's mobile responsive or not. You can sell them, let's say, a new website. So let's just start with social lacking. And for keywords, I'm going to do the same thing, like roofing. Wow, I can't spell today. Roofing, repair. I'll just do roofing. And I'm in Toronto, so I'll just do that, and I'll click next. Now here, I can either just choose to work with the lead standard, or auto is where I go to sleep, and it just emails them all for me once it finds them. But I prefer standard for now, so I'll just do that. So while that's loading, I happen to do it in lawyers, but I'm going to show you the other stuff so we can prepare for that client. So here we have email templates. Templates is where you create the email first that you can then later on use to blast all of those leads, or to have ScopeLeads automatically blast them for you. So I can create a new template, I can add subject, I can use all these merge fields like the business's name, the company address, the website, the phone number, their Google ranking, which social profiles are missing. So in this case, I'm going to tell the guy, hey, I noticed you're missing, and then I can do, social profiles missing, and then it's going to automatically merge in, you're missing Facebook and Twitter. Let me build them. Obviously, that's not a good email that I would send, but that's the gist of it. And then this is automatically going to merge with each lead as it sends out, so it's completely personal. And then, of course, we check for spam so that everything gets sent perfectly. Now, the real magic happens in sequences. With sequences, it's a template, but that's sent with a follow-up. So the first email could be the same thing. I'm saying, hey, you're missing social media profiles. Let me help you. And then I can add another email that sends, maybe 2 days later or 3 days later. And I'll say, prospects that opened the previous email, maybe didn't respond to me. I can say, hey, I noticed you saw my previous email, but didn't respond. I know it's pretty creepy, but that's a technology, and we can track if they opened the email but didn't click on your audit link and all that amazing stuff. And you can just keep adding more to the sequence so that it follows up automatically. So that campaign is finished. It's blazing fast, so let's go back and check it out. So we have 37 leads, and we found 15 emails for them. Of course, we include everything else, but guys, look at the data that we got here. Remember the data that we got before that I had to manually find, and it took 20 minutes to do one whole thing? Here we have everything for it. We got the business name, the address, the phone number, their email, and right away I can just go and start emailing them. So I can just click email here, choose one of the ones that I had that we just made in templates, or I can send out one of those follow-up smart sequences the same way. And pretty much once I do that, it's going to give me the option to start using the CRM. So I'll show you the CRM function here. I think it was here. So you can see that I sent an email this morning to garage repair people in New York. So out of 14 leads, we found almost every single email for them. And I sent it to him. He already opened the email. Okay, so he already opened it. It was already sent. And now let's say he responded to me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to update the status. And I'm going to say, hey, contact responded, or I need to follow up, or I won the deal, and it's going to track everything for you there. And you can see here which social profiles are missing and all that. Guys, that's the gist of ScopeLeads. And if you want to take it to your own software, you can just download the whole thing in the CSV. or if you want to select only some of them and email them, you could do that. Or if you want to email all of them, you could do that too. That's the power of ScopeLeads, and I'm going to go back to the presentation in a moment, but I really just want to show you this this last thing, which is the mobile hacking. So right here we have the iPhone, which allows me to see what it looks like on mobile, this lawyer's website. Okay, so I can eyeball it and say, okay, he has a mobile responsive website, we're not going to sell to him. These guys have mobile responsive, and whoever here uses Tinder, this is exactly like Tinder. Okay, that's why I love this thing, because I can use, I'm not picking up girls, but I'm picking up clients. So what I'll do is I'll keep going through, I'll see, oh, this guy has a really bad website. So I'm going to click the mail button, and automatically, swiping right, it's going to send him an email with a picture saying, hey, your website sucks on mobile. Like, this is what it looks like on mobile. You need to fix this. And I can just be walking on the street to the gym, guys, and just be swiping on my phone, getting leads automatically built and sending automatically. Bad website, done. All right, so everything we just did before manually, and I'm sorry for wasting your time showing you how to find the lead and all that, it's completely automated and tracked for you. And yes, it works, and yes, it gets results. So we got Michael. I want to thank Leo and the team for creating such an awesome software. He landed 3 roofing clients in like 2 weeks using ScopeLeads. I was able to land 2 clients in the roofing niche and 1 client who covers a range of different services. Now I have my hands full. Craig, who's a power user, got 2 consultations in 1 day. Ron loves to do cold calling. So he goes, I put in some keywords and I got 5 new leads to cold call in about 1 minute. This is going to be really, really fun. So how can you use ScopeLeads right now? My chat's exploding. I know you guys are excited. But like I said, it's not going to be open for another couple months, but I'll show you how to get access to it right now. When it opens at the end of the year, it's going to cost $100 per month for all the features, including the mobile Tinder iPhone thing, the automation, the smart sequence follow-ups. It's going to cost $100 per month. When we launch to the public in a month from now, the lifetime price will be $335 for all the features and components. And there's going to be 4 crucial components available that you have to understand now if you want to get access to it right now. So component number 1 is the Pro version. So ScopeLeads Pro unlocks the ability to run 2 additional campaign types, AdWords lacking and website lacking. So I sort of explained them, but that's only available with ScopeLeads Pro, which is an extra $67. And what it does is it unlocks the automation, the feature that lets you go to sleep while it emails everyone. So that's something else it unlocks. And the third thing it unlocks, last but not least, is smart sequences. So it allows you the follow-up emails to be sent automatically based on the condition. So I just want to show you really quickly, guys. This is our public launch. So it's 16th of August. This is to show you that Todd is involved with me. If those of you that know Todd, a lot of you are excited about that. This is the public launch, just to show you like the prices are set in stone, and we have everything designed already. Everything is set in stone, and this is what we have. So the $67 was for that Pro upgrade. The second component is high converting templates. So word for word templates that simply work will be preloaded into your account. You can use them as templates or sequences and get the same results that our beta users got. We have a total of 12 templates for each campaign type. So Craig goes, everyone should be using the script. It works. This is one of our beta testers. We gave away some scripts. And we have a total of 12 of them that will help you. And that one's $47. The third component is consultation sales training, worth $67. The training series by yours truly, me, on how to take the prospect from interested to actually paying you. It's not enough to just cold email these people. If they say, let's get on a call, how are you going to sell to them? Do you know how to move them from the email to the call? So step by step, what to say in the phone call to sell your services without being salesy. And honestly, this is worth 6 figures alone. So we wrote a whole script out that follows the training, and it's available for you to download and use. Here's a quick testimonial from Drew. He goes, I haven't even had time to implement the new leads sources yet. It's really just a sales technique that has drastically improved my close rate. In fact, he just told me that the other week that he tripled his business since he started doing this stuff. Fourth component is private network and ongoing training, and that's worth $97. So we have bi-monthly webinars to keep you engaged and learning the newest cold email methods. A lot of you guys are learning a lot on this call. It's going to be very similar. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep learning, sharing new tactics. You'll be able to chat and connect with like-minded software users and learn what works for them. You'll be able to request new features first, get blazing fast support, and get access to bonus features and giveaways. So right now, for this webinar only, you can get every feature and every component that I just mentioned at the lowest it will ever be before we launch to the public and before we turn into $100 per month product. Guys, just $197, you can save over $138. If you want to pick it up right now, I know a lot of you guys are asking for the link, it's bit.ly/ScopePro. So it's bit.ly/ScopePro. And of course, with $197, you're getting lifetime access. So you're going to get updates for life. You don't have to pay per month. You're getting it. You're paying once. You're getting every single training component, the pro, everything like that. And you're saving a ton of money by buying it at the lowest it'll ever be now. If you wait, it's going to be over $335. So once again, guys, the link is bit.ly/ScopePro. So you have two options at this point. You can keep emailing manually, spending hours and days preparing and tracking everything, or you can start using ScopeLeads and automate your sales process at the cheapest it will ever be. You'll have more dedicated support and the ability to request features before thousands jump on in August. And here's some more testimonials. So Herb goes, ScopeLeads is the whole package, just about everything we need to generate leads from potential clients. We have stopped wasting time cold calling to get the leads we need. We have signed up 3 new clients using ScopeLeads that we would never have landed using the methods that were typical for us before we got Lear's tool. A lot of people know Herb. He's an awesome, he's an awesome guy who sells PPC and was using this. Travis is our biggest power user. Lear and the team have outdone themselves with ScopeLeads. I've been trying to find a tool to reach this many potential clients forever. It's an amazing time saver using a single software to reach so many companies. The only issue I'm having now is keeping up with the people interested in our services. We got Ogus. ScopeLeads has become our go-to software, and we use many for not only email addresses and business information. We also started using it to build a list of phone numbers for outbound calling team. Very user-friendly. It works faster than any other similar software we tried before. So far, we love it. And guys, this is just to show you that a lot of people are using it in unique ways. You can cold call. You can send physical mail to the addresses we find for you. You can import it into your own CRM just by downloading it. So it's a web-based software. It's completely mobile responsive, so you can use it on the go as well. And if you're worried about not knowing how to sell to clients or you're just getting started with this, here's a testimonial from Carly, who just started with SEO around 3 weeks ago. So as a beginner to the world of client SEO, I had a lot to learn in a short amount of time. After discovering ScopeLeads, I knew that I was doing myself a huge favor by using it. I was able to generate long email lists of genuine business owners who I could reach out to. The process used to take hours. I was amazed at how efficient and simple ScopeLeads makes the whole process. Highly recommend it. So guys, who is ScopeLeads for? Anyone starting in digital marketing that needs a clear plan of action that also comes with a tool that can get it done, this is the special offer you want to take advantage of. Or if you already have experience selling SEO, PPC, social media, or websites, and you can use more clients, then ScopeLeads will get that done for you. Anyone with a sales team that's hungry for leads and wants to save time or money buying lists, ScopeLeads does it for you. Don't have to spend more money. There's no limitations. Build a list as big as you want. And for people who buy right now on this webinar, I'm going to be sharing the exact walkthrough that Michael created that landed him those 3 roofing clients using ScopeLeads. The one I showed you before, he shared with me his campaigns, his scripts, and everything. It's training from a real user, and it's worth more than anything I can provide myself. You're going to see someone who actually used ScopeLeads, what he clicked, what he sent, and how he landed 3 clients in 2 weeks. So guys, I'll take some Q&A now. I know my chat is exploding here, so give me a moment. Guys, we're not in beta anymore, so we're pretty much launching this before the whole public gets it. This is your chance to get it at the cheapest it will ever be. Charlie asked, does your database pull up data from UK? Guys, it uses international data. It's not a database. It's all live, real results. So we're really going out there and finding websites using different APIs and algorithms. And you can literally be in Africa or anywhere else and find leads. Jesse asked, how does it send an email? So all you have to do is put in your email from your website or your Gmail email, whatever you want to use that you think is safe, and we send it for you through our own service. And we completely monitor it to make sure there's no spam or anything like that, and that's how it gets sent. Tinder, yep. Will everyone be using the same database? It's a live database. There's no, it's not like we bought a whole list and we're just uploading it to you guys. It's live. So if you do social lacking or SEO lacking and you search for roofing contractors, someone else searches for roofing contractors in Toronto on a different hour of the day, it's always going to be dynamic and changing. And we have tools that show you who's already been contacted so you don't contact them twice. So you don't have to worry about competition. It's physically not possible here if they opted out. Dan asks, is there any linking to Gmail account? Can I get them to join my other funnels? You can send them a link to your other funnels. You don't need to link your Gmail or anything. We send the emails through our system. If you want to send them yourself, just download the whole list and start doing it on your own. Welcome, Michael. We got some people joining in already. Gonna take advantage of that webinar bonus offer. Felix says, are there any OTOs? These were the OTOs. You're getting every component. That's basically, guys, all these components are going to be offered at the full price in August to everyone. And they're going to have to pay $335 to access the components. You're getting it before everyone. This is the first webinar I've ever done showing off ScopeLeads. This is the first time I've ever shown it to people in the public. If you get in now, you're saving $138, and I'm never going to have it this cheap ever again. So it's just a way to start people using it, requesting new features. You're going to be those people that took action and got in first. Do beta testers that use the software got results still get access? Yes. Oh, good question, Rushikesh. How long will this offer be opened? So this is only available until Friday night at 11:59 p.m. EST. The buy button simply won't work then. We're taking it down. We want people to get in, but we don't want to flood this. We don't want this to just be open forever. So if you want in, make sure to get it now. And if you want that special offer showing you the templates and scripts and everything, you got to get it on this webinar. From Michael. Jesse asks, are we notified when they click or open the leads? Yes. You'll get notifications just like you get on Facebook with that little notification at the top. Or we can have you email the results. So if you want to run a campaign, go to sleep. When the campaign is done running, we'll email you the results with just a simple, change in your profile settings. There's no free trials, guys. This is like the best software. Nothing exists like this. I hope I made that clear before. Like you can use Gmail, you can plug in different things. You can pay like $50 for this service, $20 for that service a month. And when you put them all together, it kind of works like this. There's softwares out there that scrape emails, or software out there that send emails like Gmail. None of them combine it together and do the follow-ups and everything and track it automatically. I am literally the first person to build this with my team. Tom Dunn says, where has this been all my life? Welcome. He's in. Thank you, Tom. Felix already got it. Awesome. Adair, can you set the time emails are sent on automation mode? Yes. You can only choose per day. It'll pretty much be sent exactly like 24 hours after that. Because it depends on when the person opened it and stuff, right? Will it work for companies? You got Todd going on. What's going on, Todd?
Just been sitting quietly here. I thought I would chime in. I've been trying to answer some questions over here in the chat box. It's been going crazy the whole entire time.
Yeah, we got Patrick. Will it work for companies in Ireland and UK? I already answered that. It works international leads. Brad, there is no additional cost for tracking. If you get in on this offer, you're getting the pro features. You're getting everything for lifetime access. You don't have to pay for anything else ever again. Lifetime access. Is there a limit on the number of campaigns you can run? No. In the future, when we make this a monthly product for $100 a month, most likely going to limit it. But now, if you get lifetime access, you can pretty much run these all day and just keep having fun. Sherman, got to get on board. Thanks, Charlie.
I tell you what, Lior, the feature that I like the most is the, you really did a great job showing it, was the mobile look of a website. And I know that, all your guys are really smart, but mobile is big nowadays for any website on the net. And if your site is not mobile friendly and doesn't look well on a mobile device, then as you know, Google won't display it highly on a mobile phone. And nowadays, 60% of most local searches are done on a mobile device. And if you're not mobile friendly, then you're not going to be, seen like mobile users. So I think that's the biggest foot in the door selling point to any company. And they can't say, nah, I don't need that. I mean, really, they cannot say, I don't think I'm interested in having a mobile-friendly website.
Yeah.
If they do, then they're not someone you want to work with anyway, because they don't have an understanding of anything pertaining to their website. So really, really like that feature. That's the one I would just use the most. I actually had a software developed a couple of years ago that sort of did the same thing, but it wasn't near as cool.
Because you don't have Tinder, Todd.
Right? Yeah.
You're married, man.
I was married before Tinder came out, so no, I've never had that.
Yeah, so yeah, like the way I used to do is just I would go to websites on my phone. I would literally be like scrolling, taking screenshots, having to transfer my computer, send in an email. We have a whole auditing feature that I didn't even show anyone here. Probably show in a couple minutes. Run it right now, actually. But pretty much on any lead that you have, so if we go back to those leads, like this roofing guy in Canada, what we can do is we can run an audit on this person. You can see how blazing fast this is. But in like, guys, that was under like 10 seconds, and we got a whole lead prepared for professionalroofers.com. And what you can do is you can now send this audit to this lead. So we go over things like, their images on their site, their SEO, their keywords, how well they load. We give them suggestions like what they should do to make their thing go faster, their website. We have a mobile test which shows them what their look this is going to be sent to them. This is what your site looks like on a mobile device. It sucks. And we give them suggestions how to fix mobile too. And then we go into social media. So this is the social networks we found. This is how many shares you have. You don't have Facebook, Google Plus, Twitter. You need to go get it. And then what happens at the end is, you're telling them to go call you. So you can create a public link here. And we bought this cool domain called auditmy.site. And this is a public link. You guys can go to this link right now and just start sharing it and give it to this company if you want. And now that this is created, you can go and use the merge field to send an email to this lead saying, hey, here's the audit. Put the merge field in, and it'll automatically merge this link in so that they get this beautiful audit, and you can follow up with them, saying, hey, did you see the audit? All that sort of stuff. We got a lot of questions.
Does everyone have the link? I'm seeing some questions here about the link. I'm going to put it in the chat box for everyone, to the entire audience.
Yeah.
So give me 1 second here.
Hey guys, the link is bit.ly/ScopePro. You should see it in red on the screen. Yeah.
I just submitted it to the entire audience in the chat box, so you can click that link, guys. If it loads kind of slow, apologize. There's a lot of people on this call that are clicking on it right now. And hey, if you picked it up, give me a hashtag I'm in, so I can just sort of see you. There's so many, a lot of information going by in the chat box here. There you go. I'm in. Welcome.
Yes.
Hashtag I'm in. I like that. Hi, Brad. Right on. I just like to see all the names of action takers that are coming in. Awesome. Todd. Hey, Todd. Love that name. Justin. Cool. Cameron, Marcus.
Got some cool names in here.
Tom Dunn.
He had a question. He says he wants in. Is lifetime unlimited access even after launch? Guys, if you buy this now, you get lifetime access forever, like for the next 200 years, as long as I'm alive supporting this product, which, we have full-time staff and support staff dedicated to this. We're going to keep adding new features. You get lifetime access. You're never going to have to pay another penny to use this. Simon, you have the link. Bouncy asks, do I have to pay for any email service? It's all included. So we already have email service that we use. You can send unlimited emails. You don't get limited. You don't have to pay for anything. Time to get clients, Brad. I like it. Is there a limit to how many emails are sent? No. How does the from email display? It's your own email. Yeah, whatever you want. I recommend using Gmail. It's a bit safer, but you can use your company email. Tom says, how do we access the bonus material like the email templates? You're most likely going to get it in an email going out in a couple hours once you've got in. It'll also be available in your tutorial section in the back end of the software. It should be available now. If not, we'll upload it in a couple minutes. Guys, any like objections you have to this? Jordan says, won't other people be getting the same leads? So I sort of answered that already. It's always fresh leads. So when I run a campaign and I run another one like 2 minutes later, it can be a completely different set of leads because you're getting a whole city's worth of emails. So you're never going to run out. And if anyone ever complains or if you got 2 emails that are the same in 2 campaigns, we warn you about that, and it doesn't let you send it. So we thought of every potential hiccup, trust me. Patrick says, make sure to add the sales page as a monthly amount. It's not a monthly amount. This is one time. Josh, how much time was spent developing ScopeLeads? Exactly 1 year and 3 quarters. Wow, the amount of questions is nuts. Yes, Patrick, everything's auto-packaged. This alone is gold and worth a lifetime subscription. Yes, Michael, see you inside. Oh, the audit's branded for us. So Jesse, yes, the audits are branded for you. You see in my audit how it has my logo here. You can upload your own logo in your profile section. your own phone number, and it becomes completely personal to you. And if someone else runs an audit for the same company, they'll get another unique link and it won't compete with you whatsoever. So yes, you can patch it. You can white label a ScopeLeads audit page. It's just my logo because that's my company. Charlie, definitely hit me up via Facebook message about that. That would be awesome. So the license, Kevin, is for one user. Pretty much you can send it to your, like we have some people giving it to their staff, and their staff will just use it from their email, but you don't get your like separate account or login or anything like that. It's for one license, one login, but you can give it to someone else if you want to buy it for them, or you can just buy them another account. If there is no version 2.0 Serialent, if there is, you will still get lifetime access. This is not some random internet marketing product. This is the real deal. Todd, you got anything to add?
I'm sorry, was that a question? I'm sorry, I'm
just
typing right over here.
Tom says, what happens if your email servers get labeled? We're not really using our own servers. You can't get labeled as spammers because we have a spam check built into place. It doesn't allow emails to be sent if they have spam in them. And yeah, each person's pretty much separated, so don't have to worry about spam, guys. We've tested this like nuts. Charlie's like, when I mean snap up the software, I'm going to buy you guys a subscription. That's hilarious. Are there some videos? Yes, in the tutorial section, there's a quick start video. I'm going to be working on doing like individual videos to like show you each and every thing. There's no refund policy, Jesse. Within 30 days, if it doesn't work or anything like that, I'll be happy to give you your money back. Because we're training on all aspects. Pretty much. There's a whole ton of features, but it's pretty straightforward in the beautiful dashboard. You're not going to really get lost anywhere. Can you use PayPal credit? As long as money's in your PayPal, we'll take it. The Shire asked a good question about Gmail usage. You can't use Gmails. You could use your own website. So if you have like leor@scopebrush.com, you can use that. And I'm pretty sure they haven't implemented that yet. Yes, Tim, you can always change the email you sent the email from. You can also change the email that you get notifications from. You can have another email that you log in with. Everything is customizable in the profile. You can use 2 different emails to send from, Jeremy. You just have to go and change it. Are any other software currently in the making from you and your team? Yes, but not really related to email. We're always building stuff.
How long have you been working on Scope Pro totally?
A year and a half, a year and 3/4.
Yeah, I knew it was a long time. I just wasn't quite exactly sure. You know, and a lot of you guys are like asking questions. Can I do this? Can I do that? And yes to some of those, and not quite to some of the others. But ever since I've been involved with this and been looking at it and made suggestions that things that I'd like to see in it, it happens. It gets put in. So don't think that we can't add some of the things. I see a lot of great suggestions already, and I'm a software developer too, and it goes the same way. You guys providing feedback really makes software a lot better in the end. And so there's some things here I'm sure Leor sees as well that can be added. So
yeah, guys, just what Todd said about the group. So I think the thing that's worth the most of all this is that you're getting access to pretty much everyone else that bought today. And really what made this software what it is the beta users. and they're the ones who like came up with ideas for audits and all this sort of stuff. And some features are really easy to implement. So like within a day, there's like a brand new feature that everyone just starts loving and using. So really, the value comes from having that group, and you get to see what other people are emailing and how they're getting clients. I think that alone is worth more than just having a software. LN, not ignoring you, just have so many questions.
Yeah, I was just answering Ellen as well. Be patient a little bit. There's lots of questions, but I will say this. She asks, the source of the data. The source is the internet. The source is lots of various places, starting with Google. It's not that hard to, put in a keyword and scrape everybody's listing and then analyze that listing for what, the different variations of the type of lead you're looking for.
Yeah, in fact, we don't even scrape Google. We don't have anything illegal going on here. We're using everything. The way it would work is if you're going to go to Google, the same way I showed you, you're going to search for roofing. You should do that in our software. We're using healthy legal APIs that some of them use Google, some of them don't, but everything is above board. So
Yeah, I meant scraping in a general sense, though.
yeah.
Obviously, there's tons of APIs involved here. I just meant collecting the data from Google, from other online directories, places where business listings are. I'm sure you've heard of Yellow Pages or YP and Manta,
Yep.
and so lots of different sources online, not just one particular one.
I guess the problem is no one's a developer that can just start working with it. That's why we built ScopeLeads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there will be a replay, guys, for those that missed the beginning. Josh can't spill the beans. Seriland says where the templates. If you're already logging in, you should see it in a couple minutes. We're just uploading it. You're gonna get an email. All the users are gonna get an email with like consistent updates over the next couple weeks as well. Just any new features we come out with, and the link to the Facebook group will be emailed to you as well. Brad says, I think this is way underpriced for the public. Trust me, I know. But Todd convinced me we got to give you guys a good deal.
Yeah. I said, give them everything.
There's no limits, Jesse. You're not really sending from Gmail, so it's not like a Gmail limitation. You can send pretty much, like you think about these companies that have millions, like tens of millions of emails sent a day, like email receipts and all that stuff. They don't get marked as spam, right? They send millions and millions of emails. Same thing here. If the from email is Gmail, it's not going to make a big difference. All right, guys, a lot of you are asking very specific questions. If it's a make it or break it, let me know, because a lot of them can just be sort of like asked for a support line. Yeah, it's not a static database. It's all live. So if something changes on the internet or Google rankings or social media, we recheck it each time. You're not sharing one big database. Can't import your own lists. That answers a couple people. How are bouncing issues handled that come back on an email account? No. If you send spam, which you can't, then in general, that from email address might have a bit of a red flag, but because we use merge fields, everything's personalized and we check for spam. It's not like you're just sending the same boner pill emails. Are you looking to do an affiliate program? That's what Todd's here for. Charlie, speak to Todd and me. I got my wallet. Thanks, Patrick. Good to see you inside. Thanks, Michael. Kevin asked for the sales call training scripts and videos. Are they exact scripts we should follow? I'm going to go over that in the video of the sales call training. So it's going to tell you how to use it as a guide and all that stuff. Guys, that alone is worth, I sell that for $3,000 in private coaching. So the fact that I'm selling it here for $67, it's a bit embarrassing, to be honest. But that alone is really, really powerful. Ivan says, how many users per account? So I already answered that. It's pretty much one. You give it to someone else or you can buy another account. Give it a try. Someone responds to your email to stop the sequence. Depends on the type of sequence, but there is an option to go in and stop the sequence. Or if you mark them as responding, it'll stop the sequence automatically. That's why we want you to use CRM. Good to see you inside, Vamsi. Good to see you inside, Brad. These questions don't stop. Sarah Lent will answer that question privately. Edric, you will get the scripts if you buy on this order before Friday night. The only thing that's a bonus for this specific one is Michael's specific scripts and how he landed those 3 roofing clients. So he's willing to share all that, but it was a webinar only bonus. You need to find her wallet. Go find her wallet. PayPal. Send me a Facebook message. Charlie, is Scope Pro not working or something with Zaxa? All right, guys, we're going to sign off in a bit. If you have any questions about the software that's not really support related, but you want to know before moving on, let me know. Cameron, yes, you can pay in an hour. I will guarantee you. Do you give client fulfillment training? Damn, I knew that should have been a bonus. Alvin will give you some pre-recorded videos. If you hop on this, just shoot me a Facebook message and I'll guarantee to send it over. Yeah, Cameron, the affiliate, if you want to sell us as an affiliate, just message us. We'll show you how in about a month and a half. Jordan, you are asking questions in the questions box. All right, looks like questions are slowing down. We still have a lot of people inside, though. Guys, if you haven't picked this up yet, there's a big red link on the page, and I want to go over the components really quickly again. So let's find them. Here's some more testimonials. Guys, for the amount of beta users that we only had like 20 or 15 active beta users, and the amount of people that got leads and clients is just unbelievable. So that's what we're most excited about, helping people here. So guys, here are the 4 components again. So you're getting the Pro version, which unlocks AdWords, website lacking, unlocks automation, it unlocks the smart sequences. Then you get the high converting templates, and these are all included at this price. So the word-for-word templates, the high converting templates, plug and play, start using the merge fields that we already have, and you're good to go. The third one is the sales training. So how to move them from email to the phone. Once you're on the phone, how to sell them, and step-by-step what to say. We have a sales script that I've been using for 1.5 years now, and that's all you need. And then, of course, the last one is the private network Facebook group. Ongoing training is going to be around 4 bi-monthly webinars. Keep you engaged in learning the newest cold email methods, learning from other users, and you can request new features before we launch the public. Todd asks, what about for clients who are prospecting for non-digital marketing? We have some really interesting use cases. Like I have like realtors using this that aren't even looking. They're just like using it to find like a good 50 to 60 leads in their city and just sending them custom emails. So you don't need to be selling SEO or any of the 5 things, but could do some really neat stuff. Like we got some people sending physical mail using the addresses. Thanks, Patrick. Cameron, if you're in Toronto, definitely hit me up. Patrick, you can't really add your own. We want to keep things within the software. Like we're allowing people to export it, but you can't just bring your own list and scrape. And yes, Jesse, you can export all the leads and you can send it to a salesperson to call and follow up, or you can use the built-in CRM and say like, mark them down as contacted or responded or closed or anything like that. Tim, welcome. Just bought. Yes, Nate, there's a CRM. Pretty much showed it off a bit. Within each campaign search, you have different, you can, once it sends the email, you can look at the history of what you sent and you can you can update their status and things like that. It's a very basic CRM, but it works for what you need. Still got 70 people that haven't left yet. You guys better all buy this or have a question, unless you just like hearing my voice. Can we manually add to the CRM from outside? No, it's not. Like I wouldn't use it as, if you're already using your own CRM, just use the CRM function and export it or something like that. In the future, we're going to have like a add to CRM button, so you can add all the leads to Salesforce or Pipedrive in just one button. Yes, Nate, there's a cold calling script. All right, Jonathan, thanks. See you inside. Yeah, Jesse, you just want to run new campaigns, try out different niches. We have a little bit of a guide on how to find like unlimited amounts of keywords and plug them in and just keep getting leads and leads and leads. You'll see that inside. All right, guys, we're going to close this out now. Todd, if you have any last words.
No. Thanks for joining us today, everybody. Really good to see a lot of familiar names. Excited to see a lot of you guys picking this up. Don't forget to get in the group and pal around with everybody in there, get some more ideas, get encouraged. But yeah, great show, Lior. Great software.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, stay tuned for...
one question, Lior. I know a lot of people were asking about the replay. I know I'm recording it too. I think you're recording.
Yep.
Okay. So when do you think we'll put that up? A few hours?
Yeah, for sure.
And then we'll re-email everyone the link to the replay if you want to catch. I know there's a lot of great information in there, and I know a lot of you guys that bought it will probably want to go back and watch it again.
Sweet.
All right.
Hey, guys, pay attention to your email for any updates and links. That's pretty much going to be the main hub until you all join the Facebook groups. See you on the inside.
All right, guys. Take care.
Bye.